What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, and welcome back to Oakfield Farm, where today we're starting off with a few meetings and a few errands. We're down at the dealership here, and I've been speaking to Charles, who's my kind of local contact. And I was having a chat with him because we're looking to trade in the Challenger we have. Primarily because it's a great tool for using in the field for cultivation work, for example. But we really need to be able to do more with it. I need to be able to use it for haulage work, for maybe work on the pit. I need to be able to use it still in the fields, and I just can't do everything I want with the Challenger. So I spoke with Charles and asked him to find a selection of machines, various manufacturers that come in between the 200 and 300 horsepower range, and we'll have a look at them all. And this is the selection he's managed to find for me, which is fantastic. We have right here our JCB 4220. This would be one of my preferred options, I would suggest. I think I can get this one in the region of around about 155,000 pounds. It is a 220 horsepower machine, 50k box, nice machine to sit inside. Great thing about fast tracks are they're always very comfortable when you're on road at high speed, so that would be very interesting. It could, from a mod perspective, it could do with a little bit of tweaking inside. But yeah, that would be a very comfortable machine. The second option they have here is the New Holland T7. Now the T7 comes in at just under 290 horsepower. Actually, I think it's 288. Another great big machine. Great solid linkages on both the front and the back. Look at that, that's massive. This would be a very interesting machine to have a closer look at. Nice control system, nice console, everything's all set out there. This comes in as a little bit more expensive. This one's £182,000. But then you are paying a little bit for that brand there, I suppose. But that is a nice option. The next one here is the John Deere, the 7310R. Now, the one thing I don't like about this machine is I would have to install an extra front linkage and power takeoff on the front, which it doesn't come with already, so that does deter me from this option. 310 horsepower. The thing is, with the John Deere, you do pay for the brand a little bit more, I find. So this one is the most expensive. This comes in at just over £204,000. So we are investing in the John Deere brand. I have driven one of these previously. I did some plowing for a friend of mine. It was a great machine. The command console here is very comfortable to use, I must admit, and great visibility throughout the cab. But I'm unlikely to choose this one, I think, because of the lack of the front linkage. And finally here we have the Class Axion. This is the 840 model. So this one comes in a little over 245 horsepower. I think it comes in about 247, somewhere in that region. Fine looking machine as the other three are. This is the C-Matic control here, so we have the Cebus monitors in here. Very ergonomic control. If you've ever driven the Lexington Combine, they have those in there as well. So overall, a very nice little machine here, nice and tidy inside. I've heard a lot of good reviews about the Class Axions, I must admit, and I'll be curious to give one of these a try. But ultimately, this is the four machines that we have available. Obviously, they will come down to a little bit of the cost factor and how much we can get for the trade and for the Challenger. But yeah, what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity in which to have a vote here. So in the next couple of seconds, you should see a little icon appear in the top right screen. Click on that and vote for which is your favourite of these four machines, and we'll see what we can do. So we're going to leave these here for now, and we're going to come back to them once we've got had a little bit of a think on this. We're jumping back into the truck here. I brought Barry down before to come and collect the the muck spreader we're leasing from our grain store. And the great thing about doing that is that it allows us to lease a high output, high capacity spreader just for a day or two when we need it, without having to actually go ahead and buy one, which is a significant cost. So our grain store is behind those trees there, and we were able to lease that, which is good news. So we're going to have that for the day, maybe tomorrow, depending upon how we get on. We've got a lot of compost to spread. We hauled down in the region of about 160, 170 tons of compost yesterday to one of our fields. So we're going to take the JCB down there as well, and we'll get that all spread out as quickly as possible before we come and drill some spring barley in behind that. So lots to do, lots to get cracking with, which are going to be very exciting. We've got a lot of things to get on with. I eagerly look forward to seeing how the vote results come through. What I am going to do for the rest of the day is do a quick time lapse of how we get on, so we can see what's happening, and we'll come back to you as we progress with that. But for now, I am going to get some burgers. I think it's breakfast time.